Now, SAS, Who Dares Wins, returns this weekend with 15 new celebrities pushed to their limits. SAS, Who Dares Win celebrities, Bobby Norris and Rachel Johnson join us now. Well, you've survived. We can confirm that at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, just about.
Just about. It is undoubtedly, for me anyway, the toughest show on television to do. It's a far cry from Essex, let's face it.
Absolutely.
I mean, and we know all sorts happen there, but this is something else entirely.
Completely.
Why did this type of show appeal to you both?
I think for me, I'd been approached a couple of times before, but timing-wise, it always clashed. Like, did Towie, obviously, for 10 years. So date-wise, it was always... Commitments was always with Towie. And then it come around and I thought, you know, they're not going to keep asking. And I just think, for me, I'm kind of in the era now of, like, level up and I want to face fears and phobias. I mean, I've got so many, Christine, like, it's ridiculous. And I thought, you know what, I'm still a relatively young man. In my head, I'm like 19, but we're not, we're 21. But I thought, you know what, even if you can tackle one of them, I gave it a go.
Well, you did that, and heights is probably one of the biggest fears of yours, isn't it? And like, all of these tasks, most of them anyway, involve heights.
Yeah, flying for me, I don't even like flying. I mean, so when I got to Heathrow, I was already nervous, but it's always... Turning left takes the sting out of it a little bit, you know? Like glass of champagne before takeoff. But you kind of, on a show like SAS, if you don't throw yourself into it fully and commit 100%, I don't think there's any point doing it.
No, that's exactly it. And that is how you felt, I know that, Rich. But why do it, of all of the shows? I mean, you did do Big Brother, to be fair, and that's a tough one in itself.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, for me, it was... They rang up. Well, no, actually, I was in the hairdresser. And I was looking at my phone and then this email came through from my agent saying, Celebrity SAS is wondering whether you'd like to do it. And I was like, well, weirdly, I had this, like, urge to do it. And I couldn't believe it because I'd said to my whole family, I'll never do another show with celebrity in the title. But something, I was sat there and I wanted to do it. Then I rang them. We had a nice chat and I said, I can't do it if it involves heights or extreme cold. And they said, you'll be fine. Then we ended up in the Alps of New Zealand in midwinter above the snow line.
Yeah.
Like, we went above the snow line at least once, but we were in a camp where it was so cold that the showers froze, and there weren't loos anyway, so they couldn't freeze over.
And the dawn was so cold. We was like Jack and Rose on the Titanic, like, you know, when smoke's coming out your mouth, we were like dragons. It was so bitterly cold. And I mean, I know people always say, but I think we were so blessed with the cast. Like, because a lot of reality shows, let's have it right, they want the drama and the friction and for people to have a ding-dong.
We didn't have time.
There wasn't time, and also it's literally survival. So you become a it's so cliche and cheese on toast, but we were a family. We're fam. I'm like Peggy Mitchell.
But the other thing was everybody helped each other.
Yeah.
And, for example, I was the oldest on the course. I was the oldest recruit because somebody left, and therefore I was the only person there in my 50s. And I couldn't lift my Bergen, you know, that enormous pack that you have to weigh so it makes sure it's 15 kilograms. It's like, 15? I couldn't pick it up.
I could call it a Birkin, which is something completely different.
So luckily they had, like, the former England rugby captain or Bobby or someone would, or Ovi or OJ, would help me put it on my back. Yeah. Otherwise I couldn't lift it.
Yeah, so there was a team effort very much, so as much as personal survival, obviously. I mean, you broke a rib on day 2.
Yes, going down the dam, the third highest dam in the Antipodes. But, Bobby, you smashed it after that first day. We can't give away too many spoilers.
No, of course.
But Bobby really doesn't like heights. And on the first day, Bobby, you better, you know, I thought you were going to have to leave.
Yeah, I think reality kicked in very quick. I mean, it's like a 37-hour journey. We got there, got to Dubai, got there. And then you literally ripped off of a coach, and then I turned around, we had a bag on our head, and as we can see here, I saw this was challenge 1. I've still got my old tracksuit on, I hadn't even put my uniform on yet, and I thought, gosh, this is going to be tough.
That is terrifying, just watching that shot, never mind actually doing it. But you had called Matt Hancock, because obviously he'd done the show before, so you were looking for a little bit of advice.
Well, my principle with these shows is I don't watch them before I go on, and I don't watch them afterwards either, because I think that way madness lies. And I probably wouldn't have done this show if I'd watched it before, because it's too hardcore. It's next level.
Oh, yeah.
It's not Bond Girl, it's something else. I don't know, it's Mossad. Sorry. Anyway,
Yeah,
I
it's
did call
hardcore.
Matt Hancock, and he said, "Oh, I did really well, of course." And I said, "I'm not expecting to do well. I'm just expecting to get out alive." And he said, "It's brutal but amazing." And then before he hung up, he said, "Should we go on a training run?" And I was like, "No, I'm going to Wimbledon." Because you're supposed to train before you do it.
Prep, of course, you'd assume that there would be some
Yeah.
prep needed.
Did you train, Bobby?
Well, I mean, I started training like as we went into COVID, like when we was put into lockdown. I mean,
Well, I
who
follow
picks
you
a
on Instagram. I see you're
He's
very
ripped.
intense with
Yeah.
your training, yeah.
I absolutely love it, but for my mental health more than anything, I mean, who picks a global pandemic to try and get fit? But it was originally going to be 3 weeks when Boris initially said it. I think you know him, didn't you? And I thought the world and his chihuahua was trying to get dumbbells. Everything online was just selling out. And it was the best thing I ever did because, as I say, so schedule-wise, it had always clashed with other jobs and things going on. But also, I physically wouldn't have had a chance in hell some of the time. So I needed that level of fitness. But I think what I realised when I got out there, it's one thing being gym fit or physically fit, but I think a lot of it is
Mental.
mind over matter.
It's
Completely.
resilience.
If you haven't got your old head screwed on, it doesn't matter.
Maybe get Boris in there next time. I'd definitely watch that.
No comment.
No comment.
Will Boris watch it Sunday?
I don't think my family's aware of it, I'm afraid.
It's a big secret.
No.
They will be watching, of course they will. We all will be. Celebrity SAS Who Dares Wins. It starts on Sunday at 9 p.m. on Channel 4. It's brutal but brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So
Thank
good
you
to see
for having us,
both.
babe.
Thanks.